Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm so excited to be with you here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Happy Sunday everybody. I'm excited to tuttle up with you and show you what I have to offer today. I'm on day 7 of our holiday kickoff. Excuse me. And I've decided to go 9 days. So I'm going to go 2 more days after today because I have 2 more great bundles that I want to show you. So we've extended this whole make and take thing with you. Okay. So now you're going to get more. Okay. With a $50 order. Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining me. With a $50 order in my Tuttle Up shop by Tuesday, let's say by Wednesday, you can get a make and take packet to make all 9 projects, okay? And the PDF tutorial of all the measurements, the directions, products used, all of that, okay? So I'm going to go through Tuesday of this next week. Wednesday, I'm taking off. Thursday, I'm going to Michigan for a leadership conference up there. I am presenting a little class. Rhonda asked me to present a little something, so I'm excited about that. And I'm also leading a Sunday devotional for the people who might want to come. So I'm so looking forward to that time of learning and growing and creating. I just love going to these conferences and seeing all my Stampin' Up! Friends. So I leave for that on Thursday morning and I come back on Sunday. So I'm extending our holiday kickoff through Tuesday. And if you place an order by Wednesday, you can get a make and take for 9 projects and a full color PDF of all the instructions. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sissa. Hi, Christina. Be sure to put hashtag freebies in the comments until we're done on Tuesday. Hi, Brenda. Excited to have you here. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you, I'm going to go to my hands and show you. My hair's doing something funky right here, but we're just going to pretend like it's not. What is that? I don't know. Well, thanks, Sissa. Okay, so I'm going to go to my hands here and show you all the projects that we've made this week. This was yesterday's. I don't know. If you had to pick a favorite so far, you'll have to tell me which is your favorite. The gingerbread man was pretty cute. The haunted house with the spooky sweet bundle. This is the gingerbread man bundle, the spooky sweet bundle. The gathering together bundle was this pretty, your friendship means the world to me card. So that's fun. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining me. This was that beautiful Traditions of Christmas bundle, right? How pretty is that? This is Peaceful Garden. Big hugs for a good friend. Has that glimmer paper, the embossing folder. That one is gorgeous. And then these 2 projects were made with the Christmas tags and more, ephemera packs, and that's the inside. And here's the little gift tag that we made. So you'll have to tell in the comments which one you like the best so far. But I don't know. You haven't seen today. Gathering Together, Traditions of Christmas, and yeah, those are great ones, Brenda. Thanks. Okay, so, and I have one more thing to show you. Part of going to this conference this week is that we had to create a name tag that we're going to wear while we're there that kind of represents who we are. And so I decided mine would be with a Texas theme. So I want to show you my name tag that I created. What do you guys think of that? So it says, Judy says, howdy, y'all. And I have a little windmill and the horse and the barbed wire fence. And this is it's called faux leather trim. And I thought it was fitting for this name tag. So I think they're having a contest. I don't really care if I win or not, but I sure had fun making this little name tag. It was fun. Okay, so let's look at what we're doing today. So there is, one more thing. Debbie Roberts Um, you were our winner for yesterday's giveaway. And what you have won is Debbie Roberts. She's from Lincoln, Nebraska. Thanks. Debbie, you won the Winter's Meadow DSP, a quarter of a pack of that beautiful paper. I love, let's do it that way so you can see that beautiful deer that's there. Let's try that again. So you get beautiful winter scenes and that, so pretty, right? Okay, so she got a quarter a pack of the Winter Meadow. It's called Winter Meadow DSP. And a full pack of the Faceted Gems Trio pack. It's in all the same colors as the paper. So that'll be fun for you, Debbie. I will get that in the mail to you later this week. So congratulations, Debbie Roberts. You can still win. We have 2 more days. If you coming in late, I decided we're going to go 2 more days of the holiday kickoff because I'm having so much fun with it. Okay, so in the online exclusive stores, there is this awesome bundle, and look at all the dies in this one. And these are fun ones here. So these are snowflakes made out of pine bristles, and it's so pretty. So this is the bundle. It's called Delicate Pines. This is the embellishment package that goes with this suite, and it is called Faceted Snowflakes. They're clear, they are pretty peacock, and they are real red. Those are the colors in that pack. And then this paper, y'all, is so pretty. I can't wait to show it to you. So here we go. Here, let me just pull out the whole package here, and I'll do what I usually do. Look at that gorgeous paper. So the colors in this are Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, and Shaded Spruce. And then I decided I see a little pool party in there. Do you see that in there? So I added pool party to my mix today. So isn't this a gorgeous piece of designer series paper? So here's the front side, here's the back side. So all the backs kind of look like ice crystals. I remember the day when I saw these on my windshield, right? When I lived in Lincoln. And you can see those little cherry cobbler holly berries in there. It's so pretty. This is the pattern we're using today, is this one, with the pine boughs and the leaves and the berries in it. The back side of that, again, Secret Sea, that kind of crystallized ice effect. This is the next pattern, kind of a smaller version of that front page. And the back side of this, look at that. Oh, I love that. I think that is Shaded Spruce with the snowflakes on them. I love creating with snowflakes. I just don't like living where snowflakes are. I was always cold in Lincoln. Look at this gorgeous piece with the background of Secret Sea. It really makes the cherry cobbler and all the blues pop against it. So pretty. And then this is the back side. That's the garden green snowflake side. And then I think there's one more. Yep, here we go. Maybe 2 more. Maybe 2 more. So here is another one. With the pine cones added in there, and then this is the back side. That's the Old Olive with the ice effect on it. And then this is the last one. Again, so pretty. The pine boughs on that Secret Sea background, and then the back side. Look at that. Woo! That is Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, and white in that. Okay, so that's the beautiful DSP that goes with the Delicate Pines bundle. I'm assuming it's called the Delicate Pines DSP. Let me double check. Elegant Pine Snowflakes. It's what it's called. Elegant Pine Snowflakes. I like fresh snow as long as I'm home. Yeah, I like fresh snow as long as I don't have to get out in it as well, Lisa. Okay, and then I'm bringing in some of that glimmer paper from the Peaceful Garden Suite because it just, when you're doing snowflakes, you need a little glimmer, don't you think? Okay, so here is the card that we're making today. I think it is so pretty. Do you guys like that? It's actually several snowflakes stacked on top of each other. You can kind of see them this way. Celebrate the season. We got lots of bling going on this card. And this is the inside. It's the most magical time of the year. So let's put this card together today and move all these things out of the way. All right, these are the colors that we are using in our card today. All the blues. I've got Pretty Peacock, Pool Party, Shaded Spruce, and Secret Sea. Those are the colors that we're using today. All right, so I'm starting with a card base that is in Pool Party. Let me put these pieces over here. Okay, Pool Party, 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4 here. Okay, and then I have that glimmer paper, but you know what I did? I cut out the center. And the reason I cut out the center is that it's going to be covered up with this DSP, which is going to be covered up by the snowflake. So that saved me a piece here that I could use to cut out these glimmer banners that I'm going to use here in just a second. Wasn't that smart? So I'm not wasting the center of my glimmer paper. I love glimmer paper and I hate wasting it. So that's what I did. Okay, so I'm going to take my DSP here and I'm going to adhere it to that glimmer paper. And see, you can just see a little edge kind of peeking out around that. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue. Going to add glue right around these edges right here. And when you are adhering anything to glimmer paper, I highly recommend that you use liquid glue. You need something that's really gonna stick, okay? And I have found that it's really hard to make it stick with Seal and Seal Plus, both. I just believe strongly in using liquid glue when adhering glimmer paper to DSP. So how pretty is that? Can you see it? Is it glitching for you guys a little bit? Every once in a while I look at the screen and it looks like it's glitching. Okay, so then what I'm doing is I'm putting this flat on my card front. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to be in Lincoln. I'm going back to Lincoln, Nebraska in a couple of weeks. My husband wants to go to a Nebraska football game. So I'll be able to see my team and hang out with them for a little bit. My team that's in Lincoln. I get to see my team that's here in Texas quite a bit. And I'm excited to spend some time with them as well as a lot of other friends. Okay, so there is my card front, right? Okay, now I have some pieces here, and do you know that weird die that I showed you? Let me show you here. Yep, thanks, I love it too. Okay, so it's this one right here. It's this die right here. It has pine boughs on either side and a little circle in the center. I'm going to show you what that's going to help us do here in a little bit. But we have 3 of these that I have cut out of Pretty Peacock. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. These are very delicate. So I used a fabric softener sheet underneath it when I die cut it to kind of help me get it out of the die. It really helps. That's a nice little trick. Okay, so we're going to put those aside for just a second. I have a pretty good sized piece of basic white. This one is about 5 inches by about 5 inches, okay? And I'm going to stamp on this, okay? So I'm going to stamp my largest snowflake in Secret Sea. Thank you. I love the colors too, Sissa. There we go. I don't know, sis, if I've ever asked you if you know my cousin and his wife. My cousin is Keith Alexander, and his wife is Cynthia. She's a vet in Weatherford. And anyway, I don't know if I've ever asked you if you know them or not. Sissa is in Weatherford, Texas. Okay, then I'm taking the medium-sized snowflake, and I'm stamping it in Pool Party ink. I know Weatherford's a big place, so chances are not, but I just thought I'd ask. And then, hi, Lori Johnson. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to take my shaded spruce. So I'm using all the blues that you see in the paper here. They're all going to pop on this card. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my dies, and then I can die cut all of these at once. So I'm putting that one on there, the medium one on here, and the smallest one over here. Grab my Post-it note tabs here just to make sure they stay where I want them to be, right? Okay, I'm going over here to my die cutting machine, and I'm going to die cut these out. My plate here, here we go. I had to go back to my regular die cutting machine. My electric one started not cutting very well, and so I was getting frustrated, and I'm like, you know, I guess I'm just going to have to sacrifice my wrists for a little bit until I can get a new. I've had my Tim Holtz one for lots of years, so I'm not surprised that it's starting to not do as well. I've heard, if you're looking for an electric one, I've heard that the Anne Griffin, A-N-N-E, Griffin die cutting machine is a good one. Okay, so let's put all these back over here on my plate, and I think that's all I need for dies. Okay, so well, that's understandable, Sissa. I don't know where they go to church. They do go, but I'm not sure where they go. Okay, so here's my largest snowflake. I'm going to take these pine boughs that look like weights, right? And we're going to adhere them onto the back side of the snowflake here in the gaps where these gap in right here. So I'm going to put one right like that, okay, on the back side in between the gaps. So I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue right in the center. I'm going to put that circle, that smart design there, and it's going to go right down like that. Okay, and then another dot of glue right on top of it. Boop. And this one is going to go this way in the gap. And then one more right here. And it's going to go, let me make sure I've got the right side up. Okay, it's going to go this way in the gap. There we go. Pretty. Even the back side is pretty, isn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to take some dimensionals. And I'm going to add dimensionals to the back side of this. Hold those branches in place and pop it up on my card a little bit. Okay. Some right here. Oh, there we go. Maybe some more right over here. Whew. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take my dimensionals off and pop this right in the center of that card front. And you'll see when I turn this over how pretty it looks with those pine boughs in the gaps of that snowflake. So this is what it looks like. So pretty, right? So this is going to get adhered right on to my card front, right in the center, right like that. Okay, then I'm going to add dimensionals to each of these other two snowflakes and pop them up. Hi, Laura Kemp. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting hashtag freebies so that you win something. There we go. So now this one, I'm going to put in between the gaps of this other one. Okay. And then I'll do one more. Gosh, these are really sticking to my nails today. Okay. So this just kind of lines up with that snowflake. Goes right inside right there. And then this one, the smallest one made out of shaded spruce, I'm going to add a couple of minis right in the center here. Thank you. Isn't it pretty? I know. I love the colors. I love the blues. Okay. And it's going to go this way. There are other snowflakes we could have used too, which is kind of incredible, huh? Okay, so now we're going to do our label, our sentiment, and I just realized that I didn't cut one for my sample here. So you're going to cut it to be 5. Let's cut this off and get it really straight first, okay? You're going to cut it 5/8 of an inch. So 1/2 is 4/8. So I'm going to go 1 more eighth past that. Okay. Here we go. There's my sentiment strip. I am going to stamp on this, celebrate the season. And I decided to do that in the Pretty Peacock ink. Celebrate the season. Yes, who wouldn't love to get this card in the mail, right? Celebrate the season. Pretty Peacock ink is going to go right there on that white strip. And now I am going to cut my ends off a little shorter. Boop. Okay. And then I have this banner from the Stylish Shapes dies. If you guys are new to Stampin' Up, the Stylish Shapes dies are some dies that you've got to get, okay? So here they are. You get 5 squares, 5 circles, and 4 banners. And you guys, I use these almost on every card I make, right? They're just a staple that you need to have. So I've cut this skinny long banner using that glimmer paper, and I'm just going to cut it in half, okay? And I'm going to set my sentiment on here, and I want to put these banners on either end about 1/2 inch out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on here. Let me put these off to the side because I'm going to use my glass mat because I've got the centimeter side of this up here. So my glass mat is just going to help us get it. So a 1/2 inch is 2. That's the centimeters too. Anyway, you want it to be the same on either side. Let's say that. So I'm going out 2 squares here and I'm going to glue it to the back. Okay. Again, since I'm gluing glimmer paper down, I'm going to use liquid glue. Okay. I am not doing a very good job. So basically I'm laying my sentiment strip down and I'm going to go 2 squares out, okay, on either end so that my glimmer paper banner is the same distance out from the sentiment strip on both sides, okay? And this one's going a little past 2, so I'm going to go just a little past 2 on this side. There we go. Just going to press that down a second, hold that glimmer paper in place, and then I'm going to add dimensionals to the back side of this. I knew you guys would love this one. It really is so pretty. The bling, it's the bling, right? Is it the bling or the blues that are grabbing your attention? I love them both, so it's hard to say. Okay, so I'm going to pull off my dimensionals. This is going to get popped up on the front. There is a shaded spruce ribbon that coordinates with this bundle as well. Let's see if I can get my eyes on it. I kind of see it over there. I thought it was a little too wide for this card. Okay, so better put it on right side up, right? So celebrate the season. This is what it looks like with those banners coming off the edges. Oh, darn it. That's not good, Lisa. Yes, I agree, Kathy. They are the most versatile dies ever. Okay, there we go. What do you guys think about that? Isn't that so pretty? Okay, but we're not done with the front. We're going to grab those snowflake embellishments that are part of this suite. Delicate Pines Suite is what this is called. I have 2 sets too because I use them all the time. I use them, and so when I'm cutting for a class, right, I really need 2 sets of, I have 2 sets of those and the everyday arches. You got to have 2 sets of those. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue snowflake, faceted snowflake embellishment, and I'm putting it right in the center. And then I'm grabbing the clear ones, and I'm just going to kind of scatter them around like they are ice crystals around my snowflake here. Falling from the sky, right? Maybe one more. Let's see. One more kind of down here. There we go. That is the outside of our card. Look at all that bling and that fun. So pretty. And, well, I'm happy to help you go broke, Sissa. I know, it's so fun, right? Start slow. Get what you really want and go from there. Okay, so now I have another piece of basic white that I've already added a 3/4 inch strip of that same DSP to, okay, off to the right side. So this is 3/4 by 4. And then I have a really small little snowflake here. I'm going to grab my pool party. And I'm just going to add some little snowflakes going off the edge on this right side. What do you think? Maybe one more up here? Kind of going off the edge. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp on the inside with my pretty peacock. right here. I know. I know. Now you guys know why I decided to join a team with Stampin' Up. The reason I decided to join a team is to get that 20% discount, right? So I think they're having a join special soon. If you would like to start getting 20% off all your orders, you need to join my team. I have a great team, and they're very positive and encouraging, and we have a lot of fun together, and we're all over the United States, so that is fun. It's the most magical time of the year. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside, and we are going to be done with today's projects. And 2 more days, I decided, guys, I'm going to add 2 more days on. Tomorrow and Tuesday, you're going to get 9 projects in a PDF if you decide to place an order by Wednesday of $50 or more. I'll give you a make and take with the PDFs of all the cards we've made, the measurements, everything we are doing. How pretty is that? I love this card. I hope you guys love this card too. So, be sure to put hashtag freebies in the comments, and come back and join me tomorrow. I'm planning on being here at noon. Tuesday will probably be earlier, probably around 10:30, 11 on Tuesday. And then we'll be done with 9 days of the holiday kickoff. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you for your positive feedback. That's why I'm adding 2 more days. I'm doing a fun snowman card tomorrow, and then something fun on Tuesday as well. Thank you, Susan. That's such an honor for you to say that. Thank you. And Chelsea or anybody in Lincoln that knows Debbie Roberts, you might want to tell her she won the prize today. So hopefully she'll come on for the replay and see that. So God bless everybody. Thank you for all the joy you bring to my life, and be sure to give me a thumbs up and some hearts and some comments, whether you are in Facebook or YouTube, either place. I can get your name on that wheel of names. So God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.